Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the Nintendo E3 Direct presentation. I was hoping to do some bingo cards and stuff for today, but I didn't have enough time to set it all up. I know there are some actually on Reddit, but maybe. We can maybe check in after, because I don't want to have to be bringing it up and checking stuff off either, but hope you're having a good morning. Thanks for tuning in. Let's hopefully see some Three Houses news. And maybe Animal Crossing Switch, for you Animal Crossing fans. You should have made a VC on Discord, my dude. What, for everybody else? If I had live people from the Discord in here, bad stuff would happen. I mean, maybe not with the current audience size, but something that I'll have to be careful of in the future, for sure. What's up, guys? Hi, Courtney O'Brien. I'm good. Very good. Daddy Riss says, love me, Steve. What's up, Daddy Riss? Cody says, bring Animal Crossing or I riot. You know, I like Animal Crossing, but New Leaf didn't interest me for that long, to be honest. I think it has something to do with the amount of bells that you get, the money, the currency in the game. I had to grind the island, catching the beetles and stuff so much just to be able to pay for things, that eventually I was just like, I don't feel like going to grind for more money on the island. Going in and out of the island building or whatever, and then back out, checking for beetles. You know, it just... After a while, things are just way too expensive in that game, I think. Especially if you want, like, a full collection, like, collect every piece of furniture and stuff like that. It's just... So, I hope if we do see Animal Crossing Switch, I hope that it's a little bit more, maybe engaging than that one. What's up, guys? Welcome. Happy Play says, is Chaz X Mangs a thing? It is if you want it to be. I prefer Chaz X Stevie, personally, but... Heroda says, have you played the DOA event in Destiny Child, Stevie? Yes. Video on that tomorrow, actually. I recorded. We're all good. I did that. Stayed up very late this weekend doing that before I went somewhere. So... If Byleth gets added to Smash, I will throw a temper tantrum. Yeah, I think he would be one of the most boring choices, to be honest. I think no matter what, if we get another Fire Emblem character, the Smash community is not going to be too happy with that. But I think if we get, like, Edelgard, they won't be able to complain as much, because... I don't know, I think there's less female characters, so they'll be fine with that. And the fact that she uses an axe instead of a sword, I think just makes her just, like, at least slightly more interesting. But I could also see, like... I don't think Dimitri is popular enough to do that, but at least he has a lance. Claude has a bow, which I guess is kind of interesting, even though some other characters kind of have that, so... Yeah. How did I sleep last night? I went to bed at, like, 3 in the morning, so... I didn't get, you know, maximum sleep before this, but... You know... That happens. Fingers crossed for more Three Houses story info. That's fair. Very fair. How's the audio, by the way, guys? Let me, I almost have this, tendency of breaking the fourth wall here, because I like to hear how the audio is actually sounding with my phone. Let's see. Sounds alright. Anyway, thank you guys for joining me. It starts in 3 minutes. Oh, holy crap. Alright, what would I like to see? I don't know, there's so much that I still have to cover with Three Houses news that I'll definitely try to be catching up on. I'd like to do a video for all the new character bios and information, absolutely. That'll be probably the next thing that I work on. But... Is my webcam skipping? Is it doing that? That's no bueno. Oh, yeah, we have... Let me, tweak something. That's no bueno. I don't like that. If it's doing that. Might have to change the bitrate. I have to end the stream very briefly for about 1 second here and change an option in here, but I'll be right back. Just stay there. Alright, sorry about that. I hope that's better now. Jorge Ruiz says, bro, fast forward the YouTube video, your video's behind. I know that I'm behind. I went to Anime North, and the interesting thing about that with everybody, obviously some of you guys have probably seen the vlogs, but most people left Anime North and like went back to their normal lives. But the past like 2 weeks, I've spent most of my time still staring and combing over that footage. So it's like I'm kind of still at Anime North a little bit, to be honest with you. It's better? Okay, good. I hope it is. I don't want that. I hate when it does that. I really just need to get better internet, to be honest with you. But the problem is that Comcast has like a monopoly on this area. And I think they're like either the only pick or one of like two. So I'll have to look into that. We don't have Google Fiber in my area. You are still editing those vlogs, aren't you? Yes. We're about halfway through the vlogs actually at this point. But yeah, there's more of those to come. But this week I'm going to try to vary it up a little bit cuz I know I got Three Houses stuff to talk about, so lucky crit for Smash. I don't think people would like that. MacV says, I probably won't get to see Three Houses. Have to get to work in 30. I expect everyone to spam Twitter when it hits the fan. Okay. You can always tune in later. Thank you for joining up until you have to leave, though. Thank you, Mac. I want a dragon for Smash. They do have Adult Tiki as an assist trophy, so they did that. They thought about that, at least. It's starting. It's about to, yeah. Let me, I'll cut the music so that we're ready for this. This is going to be interesting. So last year, it was mostly Smash. And I don't know if that upset a lot of people because most people were hyped for Smash. But then Fire Emblem was just kind of like thrown in there. So I do think that I saw people complaining about the Nintendo E3 lanyards this year. And them not having... Maybe it was Animal Crossing on the lanyard, like stuff like that. I don't know if that actually means anything about their presentation. They had Pokemon on the lanyard. We'll have to see if that ends up confirming anything or not. But I'd imagine, like, Animal Crossing fans have been waiting for a long time, so there's probably going to be something of that in here, right? I know they're, excuse me, I know they're not going to be talking about a new model of the Switch, because that was confirmed that they're not going to be. I was kind of nervous about that, to be honest, about them releasing a new Switch model like already, and me feeling like I've barely gotten enough use out of my original Switch model, and them bringing out a new one that's even better. So yeah. Kid Icarus. Animal Crossing getting delayed, probably, maybe. It's on, isn't it? Is it? It is on. I'm sorry, guys. For some reason, this wasn't going. All right, let's do it. We'll be like a minute behind, but let's go. Tell me if it's loud enough. It's definitely not loud enough. Why is it not loud? Come on, Brave. Where's your volume? There we go. Sorry, guys. Got it now. Legend of Zelda. Ooh. Okay, so it's, what, Smash? I like the cinematic. Looking good. Dragon Quest in Smash. Okay. And it's the Trunks looking character. Okay. Interesting. Didn't people want Erdrick? This isn't Erdrick. Luminary? Is that the name of the character? I don't know which Dragon Quest this character's from. I haven't played this one. Another sword, yeah. That's a good point. At least they can't complain about it being another Fire Emblem sword character. Even though he looks like he could probably fit a little bit. Please turn up the sound a bit. Oh, there we go. Oh, okay. Wait, are those... alternate? Oh, cool. There you go. Oh, and they added the little Dragon Quest little menu thing in there. That's cool. And then a Mega Man-like Final Smash. Okay. That was better. That was better. Because I remember people wanting Erdrick and some of the other Dragon Quest characters in there. It's lagging? Let me take a look. Seems okay to me. Is it lagging for you guys?
Hello everyone. I'm Yoshiaki
Panther, like,
from Nintendo.
7 minutes now.
Nintendo Direct for E3 2019 will showcase a variety of games, many of them coming soon.
Lagging a bit sometimes.
But before we dig into the next game, there is someone I'd like to introduce first.
Bowser. Oh, Doug Bowser.
What are you doing here?
Maybe. Are they actually making him Bowser?
Wait a minute. There's been a bit of a mix-up. You're not the right
Yeah,
Bowser.
there we go.
Sorry, but I'm the right Bowser for this presentation.
All right, here's what I'm going to do. Sorry, guys. Hold on for like 30 seconds. I have to press the stop stream button again because I'm going to lower the rate. Give me 1 second. We will continue. All right. I'm sorry about that. We will continue right where we left off. Hopefully that's better now. Rip Reggie. That's so sad. Bye, Reggie. This guy seems kind of fun, at least, so far. I hope we get some good Doug Bowser memes, actually.
Bye-bye.
Maybe next time.
Are you related?
No, but we get that a lot.
Well, let's get back to it. Please, take it away.
Hi everyone, I'm Doug Bowser from Nintendo of America, and I'm thrilled to join you for today's Nintendo Direct. This is our chance to show the world we have games for every type of player on Nintendo Switch. Whether you love action, RPGs, or you're just looking for something new, we've got you covered.
Okay, so let's get a look at one of those games by taking a tour of Luigi's Mansion 3.
F for Reggie. New guy seems alright. I'm not gonna judge him. I just hope he's as like Mimi, because it'll be funnier if he is.
Luigi's invited to a gorgeous hotel.
Is it quiet?
Tomorrow. others. Oh, lucky him. The others. Luigi's Mansion 3. This hotel is much more
Testing,
than
testing.
meets the eye, for not long after Luigi arrives, things take a dark turn. We
Testing,
begin
testing.
our tour by taking in some sights and
I'm loud,
sounds.
aren't I?
You may never leave. You want to leave. The other guests certainly don't plan to move on. They're ghosts after all, and they're rather aggressive. Simply scare them with the strobe bulb, then
Got it.
suck them up. Luigi's new Poltergust G00 has the powerful suction capabilities required.
They made a sequel to Hotel Mario.
First, the slam. While trapping a ghost, slam it on the ground to inflict some damage. It helps to get other ghosts in on the action.
Seems like it's been there all along.
Suction shot.
I'm okay with that feature.
Fire the plunger to attach it to something, then pull the string and you can destroy
Cool.
furniture and more. It's
I think I only played the original Luigi's Mansion.
Sometimes ghosts may feel inclined to gang up on you. In such situations,
Yeah, the narrator's actually kind of good. I like it. It's like a classic horror story movie night guy voice or something.
and it's perfect for when you need a little air. We simply can't overlook the latest invention from Professor Egad, namely Gooigi.
Oh my god.
Luigi and
No,
Mario
dude.
use both their skills. Gooigi can do everything from slipping through metal fences to walking on spikes.
Where did was Guigi just a meme before this, and they just took a meme and made it real? Is that what just happened here?
Pass a Joy-Con controller to
'Cause
a friend,
Guigi was a thing.
makes for a great co-op partner. But proceed with caution. Guigi and water.
Did they just do that?
definitely don't mix. Now please direct your attention to the Scare Scraper. Spooky? Sure. Yet it also houses up to 8 players for local or online co-op gameplay. Defeat all ghosts before time runs out. Seek and find our dear misplaced toads. And face any challenges the tower throws at you.
And multiplayer, cool.
What a place to wake up in. A haunted
Dude, imagine if we saw Golden Sun news today.
floor of oddities.
I would probably poop myself.
Some mischievous ghosts lurk.
Alex from Golden Sun didn't become immortal for this.
What will befall our missing Mario and friends? And his dear brother Luigi? Their fate rests in your hands. Luigi's Mansion 3.
Those aren't my favorite games, but I mean, those are solid games too, so that's good. I like Gooigi, that's pretty funny.
So that was Luigi's Mansion 3, the latest
I gotta look
game
into
in the
that.
series that I personally love. And we can look forward to seeing some of the new gameplay elements that await in this strange hotel as we dive deeper into this title on Nintendo Treehouse, live at E3 2019. We'll be streaming content, some you've never seen before, right from the show floor, including live gameplay of Super Mario Maker 2. And on day 3, our Treehouse staff will get their hands on
He seems
some
very
promising
calm.
indie games that are new to Nintendo Switch. While you watch today's Nintendo Direct, keep an eye out for this icon to learn what other games will appear on Nintendo Treehouse.
He's good in front of a
live
camera.
at E3 2019. You won't want to miss it. Or this. Have a look.
I like that they don't actually snap, it's just like...
Ogre slept too long. Far too long.
What is...
Sing me your story. What has become of... Oh! Thra, no! What have they done?
This looks familiar, but why am I blanking on what this is?
Evil takes root. Darkness spreads. But from this dark light, brighter than
Dude, that looks like Final Fantasy Tactics.
they spark to life. Heroes of Thra, strong and brave. Strength and bravery alone.
I don't know how I feel about the monkey people, but
No. Unlock your true potential.
I'm already liking the
One. Only together.
map system, the combat, the whatever you want to call it.
Heroes of Thra.
The Dark Crystal, Age of Resistance. Tactics. Interesting. Definitely inspired by, like, Final Fantasy Tactics, then. That's cool. It's funny, because we're not getting... Oh, here's Link's Awakening. Because we're not getting, like, new versions of, like, Final Fantasy Tactics and some of those classics and stuff like Advance Wars, like, all of these indie devs and stuff are starting to make games inspired by them. So it's like we're still kind of getting them in a different sense. Yeah, it looks like that David Bowie movie is what it looks like, yeah. Labyrinth? Was that the one? This game looks good. Some people didn't like the plasticky looking graphics, but I think it looks good. I like that. It's beautiful. I never played this one, so I can't really say too much about Link's Awakening, but this looks cute. I like it. Very nice. Oh, Dark Crystal and Labyrinth were made by the same people? That makes sense. Oh, jeez. Oh, that's interesting. Can you just do that anywhere? Oh. Dude, no spoilers, bro. What are you doing? Okay. I don't know. I like how that looks. Looks good. Alright, Square, what is this? Oh, is this the Mana game people were speculating? I've never played the Mana series.
Action RPG Trials of Mana is getting a global release
Wow.
on Nintendo Switch. Set destiny in motion with the power of mana.
I recognize that voice.
Trials of Mana.
That's not Faye's voice, is it? Interesting. Is that brand new? Some of you guys can let me know if that was already out in Japan. There we go. Wow. A lot of people are going to be hyped about that. Cool. Very cool. Oh! No, it's not. I thought for a brief second.
I'm looking for a woman with ashen hair. Seen her?
Oh, The Witcher. On Switch. The Switcher. Okay. I've heard that's very good. Have not played the Witcher series either, unfortunately. I know, I thought it was Three Houses for like a brief moment there too. The environment didn't look right though. I should have known. But once I saw the horses, I was like... Here we go.
All agreed to meet back at the monastery exactly 5 years from today.
Like a class reunion?
You will come, won't you? Years
There
ago,
is time skip
we
confirmed.
fought here as classmates.
Ooh.
As big class reunions
Ooh.
go, this one's gotta be the worst in history. What should we do, Teach?
You can change his hair color, dude. Yo.
no choice but to eliminate those who cling to unreasonable ideas of justice.
Someone must put a stop to this cycle of the strong trampling the weak.
The Reaper Knight.
Consumes even the darkness itself.
Yet we have the strength to scale the walls between us, to reach out our hands in friendship so we can open our true hearts to one another. That's how we win!
Look at Claude with the sideburns.
Teacher. Both sides of time are revealed to you.
Oh, maybe his hair turns white.
How lovely it would be for this moment to last forever.
Is that all we're seeing? Wow.
Nintendo
Dude, every time we see something for Three Houses, I'm like blown away because it's just so different from what I expected. Holy crap.
In fact,
Yeah, was that Terra Platt as Edelgard?
it might be fun to play Resident Evil at a location like this.
Wow. I don't even like... Wow. Holy crap, dude. Dimitri goes emo.
This is perfect, right?
Ugh. I'm like speechless. I don't know what to say after that. We're gonna have to watch that again. Should we? Maybe we should finish the direct and then we'll go through it. Holy moly! So I wonder how much how the beginning of the game is gonna play out then, like for the first early chapters with the characters, because then clearly there's gonna be a 5-year time skip. So I wonder how many chapters we get with like everybody as like their normal, original classes, their student nobles and commoners. This is 0% what I was expecting. I'm thrilled. Me too. Me too.
Did it just eat him? It's gonna come back. Okay.
Never really been a huge Resident Evil fan, to be honest. Not really sure why.
Oh, I knew it.
Samantha Ortega. Wish I didn't read them now. Talking about the leaks, yeah. That's why I didn't cover them, because I figured I didn't want people to be disappointed if they got spoiled from them, or disappointed because the actual game wasn't as cool as the leaks. So
Playing
didn't
a
want to talk
Resident
about
Evil
those.
game in a place like that might not be my way to play, but I bet you could find your way to play, don't you think?
Who goes to an abandoned house to play their Switch?
Let's take a look.
That's hard mode on Resident Evil, okay? That's only for the hardcore players.
Was today the 4th of July? If not, is the Empire striking back or what? Looks like things are gonna get weird today.
What is this?
Hey, she! Get some! As you can see, things got all funky real quick. There's probably some
Just No More Heroes?
waiting for me up ahead, all yoked and powerful and trying to take over the world or something. But don't you worry, a hero descends. What? There are no heroes?
Never played these either.
Oh, but they're totally.
Are these good games?
My name is Travis Touchdown. I'm the last hero around, here to save the world. I'm also just a passing assassin. Now let's do this. Start the game.
I think some people wanted him in Smash, actually.
Welcome back, brothers, to the Garden
Is that my boy Travis? I know they just released more info on Sword and Shield, but does anyone think we'll get more on it or not? I don't know. It's possible because the stuff that we got wasn't like that much, but I don't know. Volume check.
They survived by merging together during the Alien Wars. The gentleman, the sweetest bug you'll ever meet.
Maybe that could still be a little lower. Astral Chain. That was looking interesting. They said it would be a 40-minute presentation, so we have 15 minutes left. Contra. I like all these old school collections. I'm definitely down for that. I like nostalgia. I hope Three Houses gets amiibo support, yeah. I would love to have more reasons to use my Fire Emblem amiibos. I hope they don't just kill them off completely. Because it kind of seems like they don't care too much about amiibos anymore.
Begin the mission.
It's your call, rookie.
The battle's already started?
If you get in our way, we will eliminate you.
A new awakening draws nigh.
This is interesting, huh? Yo, what's up? How do I say your name? J-A-I-K? J-Ake? I need to know how to say your name. What's up, though? Yeah, I'm glad I didn't cover the leaks, to be honest. But of course, it just figures that the one leak that I don't cover is actually the real one. That's pretty funny. I got it, but which one? I said both, though. I don't know which one it was. Oh, J-A-A-K. Okay. What is this? If there's no more Fire Emblem in this presentation, can we expect more at the Nintendo Treehouse thing? I was wondering if they're going to play it. Yeah, if they have like a demo. So maybe. But I'm not going to be like streaming this all day. So I guess if we do end up seeing something, I'll just have to talk about it in a video later. Panzer Dragoon. Well, they revealed a Pokemon waifu that's better than Sonya. Who's better than Sonya? Sonya took over Twitter, like, instantly.
I'm Shinya Takahashi from Nintendo. Earlier this month, we held a Pokemon Direct for the latest games in the series.
Here we go, guys. Here's this.
And Pokemon Shield.
There's a lot I like about this so far, actually.
Showcase the new Galar region, the location of your new adventure, and some new Pokemon you'll encounter there. It will be a while until these games launch.
I hope they don't reveal, like, all the new Pokemon before the game comes out. I hate when they do that. Oh, are they literally just saying, nah?
By the way, in these games, you can use certain functions of the Pokeball Plus
cool. Okay. I like it when they give other purposes for stuff that they make you buy.
Through the real world with you.
Cool.
You may not be able to use the device as a game controller, but if you spend some quality time with a favorite Pokemon of yours, then something good might happen. In the Nintendo booth at this year's E3, fans can play Pokemon Sword and Pokemon Shield for the first time anywhere in the world. In this gameplay demo, you can challenge one of the gyms in the Galar region, the one and only Water Gym, where the Water-type gym leader Nessa will be there waiting for you.
I like her design.
If you're attending
she has. Why would she have that turtle thing if she's Water-type? Is that turtle water then? It must be like Water Steel.
Which is an advanced strategy from this region.
Wrecked.
Also,
Wrecked.
immediately after this Nintendo Direct, stay tuned for live gameplay of Pokemon Sword and Pokemon Shield on Nintendo Treehouse Live. And now I'd like to shift gears. Please have a look at this.
Alright, so it looks like we're not getting very much in terms of Pokemon. It's 12:30, we have 10 more minutes of Direct, and then we're going to go through that Three Houses trailer again. Hopefully they'll put it out right after this.
For you. As you know, Earth is currently under extra-dimensional attack. Chimeras, like the ones you've just seen for the first time. At this rate, all of humankind will be pulled into the Chimera's dimension. We're facing down the end of the world. Through blood, sweat, and years of research, we finally made it. The ultimate counter-chimeric.
Is this Astral Chain? Looks like it.
By neurologically syncing captured chimeras with human operators, we established control and made powerful allies. I'm referring, of course, to the legions.
Looks cool.
I'll give you some parting advice. Your power, it's not the blessing you think it is.
When a Legionis and a Legion are perfectly synchronized, it's like they're two parts of one body.
No use! The override release isn't going through!
That's impossible.
And when half of that body is about to die, the Legion's survival instincts kick in to save it.
No way! There's no way! What good could this possibly be?
It's a long shot, but it's the only shot we have. It's all up to you, my friend.
A blessing from the Legion. Or maybe I should say, a curse.
We can't turn back now.
I've gotta know the whole truth. He's still alive out there. I know he is.
Looks good. Looking pretty cool. The guy sounded a bit like Kyle McCarley. It did sound a little familiar, huh? I'm glad they're all getting continued work. Good for them. This seems like a Coke ad. No, it's not. Is this Fallout? No, it's not. Interesting.
Death by our hands is not an honor they have earned.
I was gonna say, that looked like the guy from Infinity War. Is this a Switch game? It must be then. Mysterio.
Even with this stone at my command, this may not be a battle.
Magneto.
Whatever's happening, we can beat it. Keep fighting.
This looks like some of their mobile games, but it wouldn't surprise me if this is the direction they're going with Switch games too then. Just a huge collab fest. Ghost Rider. Oh, that's what's her name? There's my boy. Grimace. Of course, got to get that expansion pack in there. Electra, thank you. Thank you. That's the name I was looking for. I've played this before. or Crypt of the Necrodancer I played before. That game was fun. Oh yeah, that's right. They were making a Zelda-themed one. It's pretty good. Super interesting that they're like giving other people the chance to work up with their IPs. Oh man. Oh, is this Mario and Sonic at the Olympics? Oh yeah. Sonic. This actually looks kind of good. Kids are going to be thrilled about this. I hope that's a good game. It looks like, what I like about it is it looks like Wii Sports Resort, but obviously with Mario characters and Sonic characters. And I really liked Wii Sports Resort. That was a good game. So I hope, actually, that looks good.
So, what do you think so
I hope
far?
it is good.
Now for some follow-up information on a game that fans have been waiting for. Please, take a look.
Animal Crossing? Are you doing it? Are you doing it?
Your attention, please. The Nook Inc. Getaway Pass
Oh, it is! It's Animal Crossing!
arriving at the deserted island.
You're on a plane this time. Yes, they did, Michael. We'll go over it soon. Whoa. Nook Inc. Ooh. I like the fauna on the ground. Flora. They still have the Crystal Bell Rock, okay. Look at the water. Please tell me that they took away being able to ruin your grass. Oh my god, I hate that feature. It's so bad. They showed digging paths, so maybe... Ugh, man, if you can still destroy your own town by running around, that's terrible. Of course. Got the greedy Nook. Nook phone. Some things never change, huh?
Originally, we announced this title as a 2019 release.
Delayed.
However, we need to change its release date to March 20th of 2020.
Interesting.
To ensure that the game is the best it can be, we must ask you to wait a little longer than we thought.
Alright, I'm fine.
We
Fine by
look
me.
forward to the latest installment of Animal Crossing. On Nintendo Treehouse Live, the game's producer, Mr. Nogami, and the director, Ms. Kyogoku, will come on for a live demonstration of some early moments in the game, so please stick around until it starts. By the way, there are many different types of games coming to Nintendo Switch from Nintendo and our partners.
Alright, so yeah, this is the end. This is the wrap up.
So, we've prepared a highlight reel to show you
Nook is
what's
coming
in
to
store for
collect, bro.
2019 and beyond. Let's have a look.
Spyro. Silk Song. Ni no Kuni. That always seemed interesting. Never tried it though. Minecraft. Elder Scrolls Blades. My Friend Pedro. I don't know that one. Looks ridiculous, though. Doom Eternal. Wow. To think that you'd have a Doom Eternal on a Nintendo platform, it just seems weird. Not complaining, but interesting. Wolfenstein. Alien Isolation. What's up, Nebulix? I'll talk about it after. I'm kind of just waiting for this to end. I don't want to keep talking over stuff, so when it finally closes down, I'll kind of give my thoughts on things. Dragon Quest Builders 2. Was Dragon Quest Builders good? Just Dance 2020. There's some people in the server that are thrilled about that. Hyped. I think it was Cody. Super Lucky's Tale. Dauntless. You want Overwatch on Switch? Would they do that? I don't know if they would do that. Donkey Kong? Oh my god, are they really? No, but they have to be though. They would not troll people that hard. Yeah, there we go. That's awesome. Wow. People are gonna be so hyped about that. Wow. GG. I'm game. I'm game. Looks good. Banjo and Smash. That cinematic was awesome. There was so much character oozing out of that. It was so good. Nice. Nice. Did they say how many of the DLC fighters there would be? Because now we know 3. Yeah, a lot of people are going to love that. Nice.
That obviously wasn't Duck Hunt Silhouette, was it? Please stay tuned for more information about DLC in the future. As for Nintendo Switch, we have more games in development beyond what we've shown you today. I'm looking forward to the day we can introduce them to you. Speaking of, before we end this direct, I actually have one more thing to show you. Thank you very much for watching. Until next time.
Yeah, what is this? Oh, Zelda, Breath of the Wild. Is this a An expansion? I like it. It's like a crypt. That's cool. It's the sequel already? Wow. Okay. Dang. Wow. Oh boy. Okay. I think this stream, unless they're gonna host another stream, it's probably gonna keep going, and turn into Treehouse at some point. So I'm gonna lower the volume. Oh yeah, there we go. Oh, let's see what this is.
I'm Doug Bowser from Nintendo of America, and he is Bill Trinan from Nintendo Treehouse. We're here at the Nintendo booth. We're going to spend a couple minutes talking about what we just saw in that Nintendo Direct, and we're going to give you a sneak peek of the booth. So, Bill, I don't know about
So
you,
is the
but
Nintendo booth
there's a
mostly
lot of folks
Pokemon
out
then?
there
Because look at all the
pretty
Pokemon stuff in the
excited about
background.
what
There's like
they just saw.
an arena, like a Coliseum
Well, Doug, I think it goes
type
without
deal.
question that I myself am a huge fan of the Legend of Zelda series. Like a lot of people, I put a lot of time into the Breath of the Wild. So personally, I am incredibly excited that we're not getting new DLC. We are getting a full sequel, a brand new game in development for Nintendo Switch. So hopefully everyone out there is excited as well. Certainly, if you're a Zelda fan, there was a lot.
All right, what do you think, guys? Let's lower the volume on this, and I'll start talking. We can keep them on as like background noise, but okay. Wow. Yeah, so that Three Houses trailer, I was not expecting anything like that at all. Every single time we see Three Houses, I'm just like blown away because it's nothing like what I thought we were gonna get. The time skip part of the leak was confirmed to be true pretty much, because I think very, very briefly in that Nintendo UK video showing off the special edition, when the art book flies by, I think the pages open slightly, and we did see what looked to be a picture of older Edelgard in that book. I didn't make a video on that yet. I was going to, but this pretty much shows more than what that showed anyway. So yeah, time skip confirmed. Now it's more of a question of how many chapters we have with the students that are, you know, in their original state younger before the time skip, and then to see what happens after the time skip. Wow. Yeah, so I think the leaks were real. I'm not going to get into that because I don't want to spoil anybody with leaks. I don't even know the full leak. I've just seen like bullet points here and there of what was in the leak. So, yeah, wow. Yeah, so look at their E3 booth is Pokemon then. I didn't really think that they would do it, but I thought there was the potential of them doing a whole booth for Fire Emblem, because a couple years ago for Breath of the Wild, they did a full, like, Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild display. And considering Three Houses is coming out this year, I thought maybe. But you know what? I'm okay with this because it would have stunk to not be at the E3 where there is such a huge Fire Emblem presence then. It would stink to miss that and like have the 1 year or whatever where they do that. Maybe if Three Houses just like sells really well and the Fire Emblem series continues on strong, maybe then if it keeps getting more popularity, then in E3 in the future we could see a whole Fire Emblem display. That would be amazing. I would love to be there for that. Yeah, Witcher 3 portable. Yeah, Teddy Boy, they did present Three Houses. Let me take a look if they uploaded the trailer. I'm going to do it in another tab so you guys can keep watching this background stuff here. Where's the... No. Sorry, you're going to see my mouse zipping around because I don't know why I didn't turn that off. Give me 1 second. If the trailer's out, we'll go through the trailer, and we can kind of jump back to this live stream later. Give me 1 second, guys. It is. Oh, well, no. Game Explain released their thing. Oh, no. It's somebody else put it out. Nintendo didn't put it out yet. Let's take a look at this. Alright, so I'm going to pause this Nintendo one. And we're gonna go open up a new tab on this one instead. Wow. Yeah, seeing all the house leaders older like threw me for a loop. I was not expecting that. Thank you guys for joining me today, by the way. I hope you had a good time so far. Am I the only one streaming this for Three Houses? All right, ready? I'll put the volume up. We're going to watch through it once more, and then I'm going to probably slow-mo it and look at stuff a little bit more closely and kind of talk about it. But ready for this, guys? Let's make sure everybody is good. All right. Let me fix that. Ready? Promised reunion of beloved students.
Let's all agree to meet back at the monastery exactly 5 years from today.
Like a class reunion?
You will come, won't you? Years ago, we fought here as classmates.
As big class reunions go, this one's gotta be the worst in history. What should we do, Teach?
Kill every last one of them!
That is Dimitri, isn't it? Wow. Holy edgelord.
Still, we have no choice but to eliminate those who cling to unreasonable ideas of justice.
Someone must put a stop to this cycle of the strong trampling the weak.
So the Fellstar consumes even the darkness itself.
Yet we have the strength to scale the walls between us, to reach out our hands in friendship so we can open our true hearts to one another. That's how we win!
My teacher.
Both sides of time are revealed to you. What shall you do?
How lovely it would be for this moment to last forever.
Wow. Okay, wow. So Sothis just said both sides of time are revealed to you. So I wonder if there's more like premonition-y stuff where Beleth can see like two potential futures. But what's interesting is that they said it looks like you're going to go to the monastery, you'll have your officers academy, you'll train your students, you'll probably like, you know, mess around there. A time skip's going to happen, and maybe at that point in time, like all-out war has broken out on the continent because they're saying it's the worst reunion ever. So clearly there's something wrong with the fact that they're all back together here. I'm going to mute it and have it go super slow through the whole trailer again, but wow. Yeah, I didn't, on the first go around, I didn't even realize that blonde-haired dude was Dimitri. I thought that was a completely different character just because of how massively different he looks, but it makes sense because they're showing all of the three house leaders at that point in time. Wow. So they're really like downplaying the beginning of the game though, and its importance, because unless your students are going to come back, like how will that work? If you work on certain students, upgrade them in certain class lines, paths, work on some of their skills, will they come back as better later when you get them? And then it looks like it's kind of sounding like the end game of this game is going to be everybody will at some point come together, because there is a hand outstretched to Dimitri who's looking kind of like he's not on your side at that point in time. And Byleth with the like weird tealy blonde looking hair, minty looking. Like, what's that about? Unless he's going to unlock another hidden power within himself or something like that. At first, it was kind of funny. At first, the first time through, I was like, oh my god, you can change his hair color. Like, maybe they kept in that functionality, but I kind of don't think so. I think it's going to be, considering we just saw a CG of him, like, going Super Saiyan, I don't think it's going to be the case then. Because we did see pre-rendered cutscenes with him with the teal hair, so it didn't make much sense, really, but... Just instantly, as soon as I saw him with a different color hair, I was like, that was what my mind went to. Yeah, so there's also a shot in here of what looks to be Rhea or Rhea's ancestor, the Divine Saros, clashing with that big Ophi-looking dude from the first trailer. Let's see if I can find that. Yeah, right there. So this is the guy with the chain whip sword thing that we see in the first trailer. And here is I don't think it's Rhea, but it's probably her ancestor, because it does look a little different. Maybe it's like it could be Rhea with like battlefield armor instead of like her church garb. So it could still be the same character, or it could be her ancestor or something like that. This could be what happened a long time ago. But he's got the chain whip, dragon sword, falchion, whatever you want to call it, of this game that Byleth ends up getting. And they're clashing here, so that's pretty cool. This, I don't know who that could be, whether it's Sothis or her. This is the Reaper Knight. We didn't talk about this in any of my videos yet, but he seems like... He honestly, to me, seemed like he would be a little bit more of a side character. Sorry, let me put on some music. I just realized how boring it is with no music. Put this back on. Yeah, so, the Reaper Knight to me seemed like he would be more of a side character, like just somebody that you'd have to go and eliminate in some missions. But they did also give it like a fairly decent chunk of little story where it's like him kidnapping students and people in the night and stuff like that. So I guess maybe he'll be like an actual character in the story then. It almost just seemed to me like a side quest boss that you'd have to go eliminate as one of your tasks throughout like a certain time period in the school. Because we do know there are monthly missions at the end of the month, and that's going to be like your real chapter mission. But there are also going to be probably other stuff you can do, unless you can't end up on the battlefield until the end of the month. But that seems a little weird. I don't know. It could be the case. And this dragon thing, it has the, you can see right here, now that I just actually freeze framed it on this, it has the symbol of Edelgard's Adrestian heritage. Which could have something to do with Saros too, because she does come with the crest of Saros. But it definitely has something to do with her. So I wonder if this is a dragon, some kind of beast from that crest that she has. This guy looks similar to the other evil-looking guy, but it's definitely not him. We definitely saw his face, though, in the art book freeze frame. So this is presumably some other bad guy character. He's also got the black crap on him like the other dude does, too. This guy looks like, yeah, this is the guy from the second trailer that we saw very, very briefly, like what looked to be reaching up into the sky a little bit, or at least just looking up. And then Claude with the sideburns, man. He looks like, I don't know, he's got some lines on his face. It looks like time has not been that great to him. Dang. Yeah, see, that was from the first trailer. This is cracking the mask of the Flame Emperor, so that's interesting. Looks like we're going to take him down at some point. And then here's an outstretched hand toward Dimitri. Could that be Edelgard's hand? Could that be Byleth? I have no idea. And then Claude's shot into the sky. This is interesting. So some kind of dark thing is breaking out. That looks to be that, like, so in the 5 years of time, in the time skip, it looks like Edelgard becomes the Emperor of Adrestia. That's what that headdress says to me. I don't know. I could be wrong about that, but she seems so much more like elegant and majestic coming back. So maybe her father dies or the throne gets passed to her or something. Yeah, here's this. This is the sword. And some power is activating. It doesn't look like there's like a crest in the sword though or anything. Looking back on old times. And then that weird, like, tealy blonde looking Byleth. Wow. No delay. Some people were scared that we'd get another delay, but no, doesn't look to be the case. That is so interesting, though. What do you guys think? Let's see what chat says. Sorry, let me put this back. We'll go back to this, have this playing in the background, so it's at least something to look at. I hope they don't, for this Pokemon game, not to like keep jumping around to too many different topics, but I hope that they don't reveal all the new Pokemon and all this stuff about the game before it comes out. I hate when they do that. It like spoils any surprise or anything. Noxadel said, Stevie, look, what did I miss? Byleth's hair is just going gray there, LOL. Oh yeah, sorry, we don't need the music anymore if we're gonna have that quietly in the background. Zelda might not be your thing, but they cut her hair. Yeah, I did see that. I actually thought that was like a DLC pack for Breath of the Wild. I did not think we would get a Breath of the Wild 2. Like, first off, Zelda sequels, like, I don't know. Usually they just jump on to the next thing and do something completely different. Like, that's weird that they're doing, like, a Breath of the Wild Part 2, but I guess it kind of makes sense because it came out so early in the Switch's lifespan. Maybe they could do something even more grandiose and better now at this point. Yeah. Claude got hotter, so that's nice. He definitely became edgier. Absolutely. That was so interesting. Pyro X991 says, I don't know if Fire Emblem Three Houses is going to have multiple endings depending on which house you choose. That would be cool. So what I'm afraid for, personally, is I don't want your choice of which house you pick to be meaningless in the end. I don't want you to pick, like, let's say you pick Blue Lions, but then after the time skip, maybe you're still playing with the Blue Lions, but then you just recruit everybody else, and then that's the end of the game. I just think that's kind of like, maybe if you're playing with that army for a significant portion of the game, and it does actually affect the gameplay, like, a lot because of the characters that you're using and stuff like that, I guess I would be okay with that. But if they really make it so that that choice is just stupid and it just affects maybe the first couple chapters of who you've got, that's silly. I wouldn't like that. I would really like there to be a lot of replay value for this game. So, personally, I think it'd be cooler if you only had the one house throughout the whole game, because then that's at least 3 playthroughs that people can do. So that would be super interesting in my opinion. I like that a lot, but it doesn't really kind of seem like the direction that they're going in, if I'm being honest, because we've only seen, aside from the house leaders, like 7 students of each house, and it kind of seems like we already know like most of the cast. I really hope that you can recruit other people, and maybe the teachers too, are going to be characters you can get no matter what path that you go on. I really hope that there's like classic recruiting though, where you can get other characters from like the battlefield or other places and stuff like that. That would be awesome. I hope there are more students at some point. I really hope that we haven't seen the full rosters of students in each house. It'd be a little disappointing, I think, if we already knew all of them. But it kind of does seem like because they designed all these characters and just split it into 3, they'd either have to design 3 times the characters, or this is the roster, if you know what I mean, because then you get them later or something. And there's something else about the leaks I could go into, but I'm not going to. I don't want to spoil anybody or ruin anything. But that's where I'll leave that. I just hope that your choice does matter this time. Some people, I keep seeing comments every now and again of people saying, like, wondering if they're going to split the game to 3 different versions. No, I don't think they're going to do that this time. They did that with Fates. I don't think they're going to do it again. So yeah, how did you guys feel about the Direct in general? Pretty cool. Pretty cool. I feel like we got most of the stuff we wanted. What did we not see? We didn't see... we're getting a bit of everything, because here we're getting more Pokemon stuff here for anybody that was super hyped about that. Yeah, that is so weird that the Wingull are just like sitting there. That's strange. We got Pokemon. We got 2 Smash DLC fighter reveals. That is now 3 out of 5. So there's only going to be 2 more, I guess. It's a little sad, but it makes sense. Eventually you got to stop. So the DLC fighters so far are Joker, the hero, I forget what the name you guys were saying in the chat, but the Dragon Quest hero character that looks like you can switch between a bunch of them, like Erdrick, and some of the other protagonists from other games, and then Banjo-Kazooie. That's interesting. That is super interesting. I'm kind of down for that. Honestly, if you guys know me, then you know that I'm still Team Isaac or Team Golden Sun. I would love to see like Felix pop in as a DLC character or a playable character. I would love that. But I kind of think at this point that it's probably not Nintendo's like fault, or like Sakurai's fault for not doing that. I kind of feel like it's probably more the Camelot brothers, the Takahashi brothers, that maybe they don't want that or something like that. They just seem like they don't. I don't know. They've been working on the Mario sports games, and it just kind of seems like, from what I've felt and seen of everything, I kind of feel like it's probably them holding that back from being a reality, honestly. I don't know if it was Sakurai that just straight up said, nah, let's just have Isaac as an assist trophy. Because they must know that people want him at this point. Like, the community makes a pretty decently sized stink. And most people, when they talk about characters that people want, Isaac is always in that list. So it has to be obvious that he's wanted as a character. So, yeah. And I don't know if they would do Isaac as a DLC character if they made him an assist trophy. So that's why I was saying Felix, because he's the other main character in Golden Sun, and Golden Sun: The Lost Age. Or they could do, from the 3rd game, Matthew, Isaac's son, who's pretty much just Isaac 2.0. And I would like original Isaac better, personally, but yeah, you know, I would still take Matthew any day. Anti says, looking at the trailer, the sword the woman fighting against Nemesis looks like the sword in the mural. What's more, the symbol of that woman's shield is the same as Edelgar's emblem. I'll have to look at that again, actually. I didn't notice that. Good catch. Stevie, what if you pick your faction and at the end it has a bad ending and Sothis sends you back in time and you gotta try another route? Goal being to find a timeline where great evil is stopped. That would be cool. That would be cool, but you would lose all your progress with your characters. I don't know how people would feel about that. But yeah, if you had to pick like a specific... oh man, that would be really... That's a good idea, Ryan. If you had to pick a specific route of choices in the game, like you do something on this month and you do something on this month or whatever, and there was only like a couple different, maybe just one or a couple different ways to actually get the good ending because of how timing in the calendar system works. Like if you do something too late, then it's too late and you lose, or if you do something too early, then whatever. That would be super cool. I like that a lot, actually. But I do think a lot of people would be upset because they would play through the whole game and just get a bad ending then and not know probably how to get the good ending unless they like hit you on the head with it when you're playing the game. That's a good idea, though. That's cool. Hans Gretel says, and Gino. Yeah, a lot of people want Gino. I would personally like to see Karate Joe from Rhythm Heaven, though. I don't know who that is, but I'm sure it's a cool character. Nebulix says, I think Three Houses will sell like at least as much as Awakening and Fates, but probably more. I hope it does better than Fates, yeah. I don't know if it will. It doesn't have the controversy, and Fates' trailers hyped it up so much. Oh my god. If you go back and watch the original Fates trailer, I like crapped myself when I first saw that trailer. Imagining Fire Emblem and then seeing that from Fire Emblem, oh my god, that trailer was so good. But you'll notice, when you look at the Three Houses trailers compared to that, nothing has been that level of hype as that Fates trailer, because I think they realized that trailer was like too much for Fates. It hyped people up unrealistically, and then the actual game, unfortunately, was not quite at that level, depending on how you feel about Fates. Most people, I think, would say that that trailer was a little unrealistic, because it was just one cutscene of like armies clashing that was in the game, but it was just a quick, brief cinematic, had nothing to do with the game. The actual game didn't look like that, so it wasn't really a good representation of what Fates was going to be like. So I think that trailer kind of disappointed people in that sense. But these Three Houses trailers, I think, are much more down to earth. They seem like exactly what we'll be getting and doing. So, yeah. Genesis says, I like the Three Houses trailer a bit better, though. That's good. Who hates when games trick you by giving you a fake choice in the end was meaningless? I do. I totally get it, because at some point, like, they can't make every single path. It's going to take so much dev time to make different routes and different things that happen. It's a real serious challenge to make that stuff kind of work. But in my opinion, like, if you're not going to do it right, then just don't do it. Don't give the player, like, fake choices that don't do anything and don't mean anything, unless there's actually, like, different things that can happen as a result. And then don't give players choices that they wouldn't even pick. Like, some of the stuff in Fates, it's like, you wouldn't pick either of those two options. So, you know, that kind of takes you out of the game, too. Like, you should have, if you're going to have options, then you need, like, enough that people can actually feel like they are still making the choice, instead of choosing between two things that they wouldn't choose to begin with. So... Nebulix says, I like how Three Houses is like giving a bit of time in each trailer, and I was like, oh yeah, we're just doing school, and then bam. Yeah, so I don't know, they're kind of like, it looks like they're downplaying the school aspect like a lot. Maybe we'll just get, I mean, in the future, after the time skip, let's say like the school gets destroyed or something like that, right? I guess they can just set up your camp and give you a camp area that's pretty much the monastery again, with all the same little features here and there. So it could like change and adapt, but you'll still have access to the same stuff. That's totally possible. Maybe it'll be something like that. But yeah, they played up the monastery so much, and then it's like, oh, we're getting a time skip, so like all that stuff you did before seems a little less valuable. I don't know. We're gonna have to see how that plays out. I'm super excited though. Like every single time we get new Three Houses trailers or information and stuff, it's like, I don't know. I'm liking it a lot. I really am. Ice Dragon Force 9 says, I don't know if it has been confirmed, but in the trailer they were calling us teachers, so we might be able to change the name of Byleth. It's possible, but I don't know. Maybe. I just don't think that you're going to be able to customize Byleth, to be honest with you. Tim Jim says, Stevie, are you going to make a whole discussion video about this? If so, what will you mainly focus on? For quickness sake, I might just cut the chunk of me talking about the trailer as we just went through it and put that up. But yeah, it definitely deserves a more in-depth analysis, so maybe I can do that later tonight. Today's just a super busy day for me after this, so I don't know. We're going to have to see what happens, but that's the thing. I've been feeling so overwhelmed with all the Three Houses stuff. There's so much more that I need to like catch up on and cover. So I hope that you guys will tune in when those videos do come out, because I do want to make them, but there's just so much happening. It's difficult right now. And to be honest, that trailer actually isn't that long. There's not that much to look at, but I would have to finish taking a look at all the new information that we know too. There's some stuff that I still didn't look at yet with some of the Famitsu information, so I would need to know all of that before I adequately review that. But we're going to reach a point, maybe we're already at that point, where if I keep doing those analysis videos, we're going to know probably too much about the game before it comes out. And I don't know if that's almost like not good or disappointing for people too. I don't know. It's weird. I mean, people choose to watch the videos, so if you're choosing to learn more about Three Houses, then I guess that's on you. But it's the same reason I didn't want to talk about the leaks, because I don't want people to be spoiled about the game, and then if the leaks were fake and they were better than the real game, I don't want them to be disappointed about the real game. So we got a good positive thing going with all the videos I've been making. A lot of people are super hyped about it, so I'd like to keep that up. But I don't know if like we're going to get to a point where they just reveal everything before the game comes out. I hope not. They're not really like Pokemon with Fire Emblem, so I don't think that they would. But imagine if we already knew like all the playable characters. That would stink. I think that would disappoint people. It's like when you give away too much before a game comes out, it almost has an effect on the game itself, because then people, feel a certain way about it. And so I hope that we won't get too much more. Honestly, we went from having no Three Houses information to pretty much just a steady drip feed, and then like explosive like things here and there. The past couple of weeks with Famitsu articles, and now this trailer. What's up? I see my soul brother, Chase Aria LLC. It was amazing how many people contested me on limited customization. I felt the age gap when people said the cutscenes looked in-game to them and not pre-rendered. Yeah. I think Byleth walking in the woods is a good indication that you're not going to be able to change the hair color. I just don't think so. It looks like Byleth goes Super Saiyan at some point and his hair color can change, but I don't think that's because the player gave him a different hair color. Maybe somehow it's possible, but I just don't see that, because they would have to have a cutscene with Byleth with every bit of hair color then, and for every cutscene that they do that pre-rendered style like that, I don't know. I don't think so. Unless they can there's some new tech where they can just overlay something on top of the pre-rendered. I don't know anything about that. I'm not going to get into that, but yeah, I don't think so either. That guy says, yeah, I really hope they skip children this time. With the time skip, it might actually be possible for them to have kids, but I think they said 5 years, right? So, yeah, I don't know. It's not. They would have to shoehorn it in like Fates probably, and I don't think people would like that, so I kind of hope not. I do hope there are more characters though, like I was saying. I really do hope that. Yeah, Richard, we did look through the trailer again, and then I slow-moed and went through it for a third time. But I could put it up in the background. I'll put it on one more time for anybody that's like just tuning in now. Thank you guys for joining me today, by the way. Hope you're having a good time. Just put this on. Well, we'll watch through it one more time. We've already seen it, but why not? There's not too much. It's not too long.
Let's all agree to meet back at the monastery exactly 5 years from today.
Like a class reunion?
You will come, won't you? Years ago, we fought here as classmates.
As big class reunions go, this one's gotta be the worst in history. What should we do, Teach?
Kill every last one of them!
Dimitri, bro.
Still, we have no choice but to eliminate those who cling to unreasonable ideas of justice.
Someone must put a stop to this cycle of the strong trampling the weak.
So the Fellstar consumes even the darkness itself.
Yet we have the strength to scale the walls between us, to reach out our hands in friendship so we can open our true hearts to one another. That's how we win!
My teacher.
Both sides of time are revealed to you. What shall you do?
How lovely it would be for this moment to last forever.
So that is it. Wow. So that sounds, I mean, that last voiceover sounds like new Edelgard voice talking about everything. So yeah, like, hold on, there was something here I wanted to talk about. It really does seem like, how do I say this? Dimitri saying kill them all kind of sounds like they're talking about the other houses, which is very interesting, especially if you, I don't want to spoil anything about some of the things that we know, or supposedly know, but that's interesting to me. But then it does kind of sound like there is also going to be that friendship beats everything type deal, like right here.
So we can open our true hearts to one another.
So we can open our true hearts to one another.
That's how we win.
That's how we win. I don't know, but this trailer is definitely hype for me. Let's see what you guys are saying while this keeps playing in the background. Hey, Blissfully Anieka, hopefully I'm saying your name right. Recently I found your channel. I really enjoy your videos on Fire Emblem. Please keep them coming. Thank you so much. I'm glad that you do. And thank you for the donation. Is the white dragon the divine Saros? It looks a little, I mean, it definitely could be. Maybe with the transformation. It does look a little evil looking, though. It could be some kind of crest beast or something like that, because we do know that it does seem like either the crests can go out of control or something will happen with them where you'll end up fighting like those creatures from the other trailers, because we did see that so far. I like that we finally got a shot of Byleth with that falchion chain whip sword thing actually like straightening it out, because originally when we got that first trailer, excuse me, originally when we got that first trailer, I didn't think that it was the same weapon because there weren't any like breakage looking points in the sword. We saw the chain whip thing with this guy that just kind of went by on the screen right now. Hold on, where was it? I just missed it. Anyway, there's that older looking guy that had the chain sword in the first trailer. And then we also saw the Divine Saros or her ancestor or somebody like holding the sword. And I thought they were two different weapons, like maybe similar because it's from the same game, of course. But no, it is actually the same weapon. And the chain links like combine and come back into the sword. So that was cool to see, to finally actually know for sure that that's how it works. So since Byleth goes Super Saiyan, does this mean Goku is confirmed for Fire Emblem? Puzzles, that's a familiar name. Were you at Anime North? Were you the Alm cosplayer? What's up, man? Keyblade Master says, unrelated, but Stevie, what are my thoughts on the new weapon for Kagero? A little disappointing, honestly. I was hoping it would be better than that. I don't like that she loses the poison dagger effect. I kind of get it. They don't want to make it like too busted, but I don't think it's definitely, I think, one of the worst refines of this batch, in my opinion. I don't think it helps her very much because her defense is just so bad anyway. Yeah, it's not the greatest. But then again, I summoner supported my Kagero, so my Kagero's been like better than and I have a +10 Kagero and it's plus speed, which at this point it seems like it should be plus attack, unfortunately. But so basically, I have like the best of the best when it comes to like Kageros. Not to like sound like I'm bragging or something like that, but I have the highest potential that you could have out of Kagero, maybe just with a different kit, of course, because there's more skills I could always try to give her. But she's still usable. It's just that she could be a little bit better to keep up with today's power creep. But yeah. Yeah, what's up, Puzzles? Thank you for coming out to the stream. Inti says, my Kagero has 28 HP. Yeah, she's, I think mine has more than that, but yeah, she's not the stockiest. How did I know that Chaz was going to try to call me out on that? I'm the best. I have the highest potential. That's not what I was saying. No. I'm just saying that not a lot of people have plus 10 their Kagero, most likely. So that's what mine is. And I summoned or supported her on top of that. So that's a lot of commitment and investment. So clearly I'm working with something a little bit better than just a normal 5-star Kagero. So I do have it a little bit better off than people just trying to play with that. But yeah, she could use a little something for sure. Oh yeah, you know what that also sounds like though, is the kid from Pokemon. My Rattata is the highest has the highest potential of all Rattatas, or whatever the meme is. Clement says, will Fire Emblem Three Houses be on Treehouse? It is possible. It's possible. I don't think we got any direct confirmation about that at all. But certainly possible. I'm not going to sit here and stream this all day, though, like waiting for that to happen. I think they're still doing Pokemon now. Let's find out. Yeah, it's Junichi Masuda. Yeah, man, this is interesting, huh? I'll let this go through again. Will there be a 4th route as DLC? I mean, that's certainly possible, but I don't know. I would hope not. I would hope not. And if they do that, there better actually be like good secrets and stuff that you don't find out in the other routes. I don't know. Very few people enjoy Revelations, so I don't know if they should do that again. Would I prefer Byleth to be silent or have more active dialogue? Sorry, let me put music on. Gotta up my game. I wouldn't care if Byleth had dialogue. In fact, I probably hope that he does have dialogue and does speak, because as much as he is still kind of a self-insert, I would like him to be more interesting than just a blank slate. Like someone like kind of Robin and Corrin and stuff. So yeah. Jonathan Era says, are you worried that we haven't gotten any gameplay shown even though we're only a month from release? Not particularly, but you know what? There is something. Let's see if I can bring it up, actually. As much as I don't like to be a negative Nancy about things, but let me find the thing that I was looking for. There was a Reddit topic recently that I thought was kind of interesting. I think I saved it. Hope it's still here. It was just posted the other day. Come on, where are you? Here it is. All right, so copy link. Let's do it in this tab. Somebody posted this to Reddit, and I don't want to be negative about the game at all, because I think it's going to be a great game. And I like the positivity that we have going. But if you want to be concerned about graphics, I guess we could talk about this for a minute here. Let me just lower this for myself. How's the volume, by the way, guys? Before I get into this, let me just double check it. I can never tell because it's very loud in my ear, but then it's always like super quiet on the stream. How's the volume, by the way, guys? Before I get into this, let me just double check it. I don't even think you can hear the sound. I can never tell because it's very loud in my ear. Sorry, I just had to. Maybe I'll put it up and then I'll take this out of my ear. There we go. Yeah, so you can see here there's some clipping happening, and I mean, This game is being co-developed by Koei Tecmo, so that could either worry you or make you excited if you did like the way that Warriors was. It generally speaking means that some stuff could be a little bit more polished, I would say, to, you know, be a little less blunt about it. But also, with all the characters fighting in the background and stuff, it's not surprising to me that there would be a lot of clipping, because it's like, these are probably just random models, polygons fighting, clashing in the background that I don't think they're gonna, like... It seems like they probably move pretty randomly, so I would not be surprised if there's a lot of clipping involved with them. But this looks to be like, maybe, I don't even know. I mean, these are your dudes. So you would think that at the very least, if the dude's going to be riding on a horse, that they would, you know, not have his leg clipping through it. How well can you guys see that? Oh, you can see it pretty well. You know, and then this person's calling out, and this is by I Am a Hobo on Reddit. Breastplates will give random textures that appear to even show the horse behind her. So I hope little things like this are going to get fixed up by release. I really do. But to be honest with you, I wouldn't really be surprised if they weren't. This is like a background detail, though, all of this stuff. So I don't really... It's not going to concern me that much, is what I'll say, I guess. Outlines will randomly appear and disappear after certain distances, as you'll see later. Yeah, that doesn't surprise me at all, because it does seem like they're trying to make it run smoothly on the Switch. There's a screenshot that I talked about in a video that I have not released. It was about the first batch of Famitsu screenshots, where you can see that as one of the soldiers in your crew gets near the edge of the screen, some weird like pixelation type stuff happens with them. So maybe in order to run the game more smoothly, when stuff is off screen or near off screen, it'll get its quality decreased and diminished. So this thing about the outlines does not surprise me at all. I don't really see that as like a big deal, though. Like, it just kind of seems like as you get closer, it's going to have more detail. That's like video game 101. I don't know really what you're complaining about, but a female Byleth is not casting a shadow, I guess, in that, but whatever. A soldier's boot clips straight through Dimitri's cape. Like, little things like that, like, you can't... They're not going to be able to fix that for everything, because unless you're talking about for each, like, gambit attack, making each type of soldier and then each student that could be casting the gambit not clip into each other, that sounds ridiculous. The amount of work for that would be just mind-boggling. I don't think that they can do that, and I don't think that that's a big deal or an issue. I really do not. And then this, where it's like soldiers standing inside of each other, pretty much, because we got a couple lances coming out of the same person. We got two hands here, I think. I don't know. These are random soldiers in the background of your battalion. They're probably going to clip because they're not really there. It's like watching ghosts run around and attack each other. I don't think it's a big deal, really. I don't think that ruins it. I could see, you know, if their legs are sticking into the ground. I was kind of concerned about that because we did see some characters on hills and stuff. I think how Echoes did hills and elevation was really cool and really good. I was really impressed by that, actually. If they had like a ledge in the ground or something, like when you were in battle, your character would actually like step up a little bit onto it. That was cool. Like, depending upon where they were standing, their feet would be at different elevations. That was awesome. So I hope this stuff, like if their legs are going to be sticking in the ground, I mean, that's obviously pretty bad. So I would hope that they would fix that. But once again, your character will probably be fine fighting in the foreground. This is probably background stuff that really doesn't matter. And I could see that being kind of challenging to have every single model, every single type of soldier in the background with proper elevation. I don't know. That just... Yeah, that's my thoughts on that. I don't really see a big deal here. Yeah, soldiers often stepped on one another, but alas, since they're ghosts, their feet simply phase. I don't think that's a big deal, really. No one's going to really care about that. This is what I was talking about, though, with this kind of weird effect here. I think this is to make the game run more smoothly, and this kind of seems like an off-screen type of effect, because we did get a Famitsu screenshot. You know what? I'm talking a big game, but why don't I just bring it up then? Give me 1 second, guys. I'll bring up the screenshot I'm talking about. It's in here. Right here, this one. So this screenshot, you can see in the corner over here with this soldier who's touching the very edge. On the left edge here, you can see she's got that pixelated effect thing happening. So that's probably something that's going to happen to conserve resources, especially when stuff is not even on screen. That's kind of what I think that this is. I don't think that's a big deal because hopefully you won't be seeing too much of this. Maybe it's just like as they're running off screen, you'll catch it for a glimpse or something like that. But yeah, I don't know why this is like that right there. Unless maybe it's like figuring out how much the system can handle, and then anything on like else other than that that's being shown gets reduced quality like that. Otherwise, it's a glitch, and I hope that they fix it. Enemies will turn translucent in the background. I don't see how that's a big deal. I don't see, like, why does that matter? Blur animations caused by weapon strikes screen tear the game, making the models behind them completely transparent. See, I don't really see the deal with transparency because that's background stuff, background detail anyway. And hopefully, you know, we'll get a little bit, at least slightly more touched up stuff by release. His weapon isn't even affixed to his hand, and the animation must hold it by telekinesis. Yeah, I mean, okay, that should be fixed. But for nobles and commoners, they should move the positioning of that then. Maybe they did it because the gauntlets on other soldier models are, like, out further, a little bit bigger or something like that. So maybe the actual soldier armor characters are holding it properly. But yeah, they should fix that for the students. Yeah, I'm not sure that I care too much about this. If it's going to appear like in the center of the screen, that's kind of not good, but I think it's not going to be a big deal. I hope they'll fix it. And then feet through the floor thing, like that's not quite as bad. But if your whole leg is going to be sticking in a mountain, that's not great. So I hope they'll fix that stuff. I don't know. It's like with this screenshot, do you really see anything that bad about this screenshot? What is he saying? Troops appear to be scattered all over without a sense of cohesion as to where or who they're even fighting. Some run off while others engage the seemingly non-present enemies. It's going to happen. It's like probably random in the background what the soldiers are doing to each other. It's just like background visuals. I don't think it needs to be 100% perfected where each soldier will not bump into another soldier in the background. That's ridiculous. Like, what are you expecting out of that? Nobody would do that in their games. Not any developer would do that. That's so much work. And if they did do that, then the background would be incredibly boring because you'd be watching the same stuff happen over and over and over again. This way, it's going to be random. It's going to be interesting. Yes, they'll probably phase into each other. Yes, they'll probably slash at air sometimes, but I think it's going to be funny. It's going to be more interesting to be watching and looking at that point, in my personal opinion. I don't agree with every critique of this guy's here in this. Poor lad's sheath appears to clip straight into the ground. I think we're done here. We've talked about this. This is... If the monastery is dark, that's going to be an issue. But once again, we're seeing footage months out, so... I think it's just being incredibly nitpicky. I don't think there's anything more to say here. This continues on a lot further, but... More than not, I don't think this stuff is that big of a deal. It's on the Switch. The Switch is not the most powerful system ever invented or created. The anime art style is growing on me for sure. The models are growing on me. When they look good, they look good. There are times when it doesn't look so great, but you could be zooming in on like a background character that has less detail. You could get more details the closer you get. I don't know. Besides, if they make this engine and do this fairly well here and people are satisfied with this and we get another Fire Emblem game like this in the future, I'm sure they'll improve. This is probably going to be the Awakening Feat issue of the Switch, basically, right? Like, we got Awakening. There were some limitations that they had. The models weren't that amazing. We got Fates. Everything was much improved as far as the models. Personally, I didn't like the floatiness of the animations and combat. Echoes was like the ultimate refined version of that whole 3DS art style. I loved the way that Echoes looked. Echoes looked amazing. You know, still not 100% perfect, but it looked great. And it was definitely improved compared to like Awakening. So if we get this, and this game does well enough, and with the heroes' money, I'm sure we'll see another Fire Emblem game, even if this does poorly. I think it's pretty likely. So in the future, yes, we'll probably get a much better looking Fire Emblem than this one. But I think for the time being, there's still stuff about this that looks good. And I'm still stoked about it, so... I don't know. It's Switch. It's handheld. Think of this as like enhanced 3DS GBA graphics. I'm kind of okay with it. I know the Switch can handle better than that. I know the Switch is also a console, a home console type of system. I don't know. I don't think there's anything worth complaining about further about that. That was just an interesting Reddit thread I wanted to talk about because I saw people talking about that. Yeah, I'll put this on in the background. We'll probably wrap it up soon because I could go do some analysis of this. I could probably put out some clips now at this point. And I don't want to be streaming here all day. But thank you so much for joining me, guys. There's still a lot of you here, so thank you. Let's read some comments. I haven't read anything in a while. Stevie is the voice of reason. I don't know. I'm trying to be neutral. Like, yes, there's definitely stuff that could be better, but I don't think whining about every little clip in the background from random generic soldiers fighting is going to bring about anything positive or good. So, and I just don't think it matters. I think it'll be more interesting that they do random stuff in the background. And I'm sure we'll get so many memes and funny moments of like a dude fighting nothing in the background, or I don't know. I think it'll be funny. Yeah, I do like Echoes. Echoes is not a perfect game either, but I like it. Female Byleth does have some ugly legs. I wish her design, if they're going to give her those tights or whatever, I wish they were, first off, black instead of brown. I don't know why they're brown. It's kind of weird. And I wish it was more subtle, right? Yeah, it's a little too, like, in your face, I think. It's like, hey, pattern on this, you know? The only thing I would nitpick over is Female Byleth's design. I just wish she looked more like a teacher than just a random student. Yeah, I get it. I understand it. In modern Fire Emblem, it makes sense why they did that. But yeah, I can agree with you to a degree. I don't hate her design. I think just a little tweaks, a little adjustments here and there would have made it a lot better, though. Happy Place says, your voice makes a rather relaxing background noise to listen to while cooking. Thank you. I don't have the greatest voice. I'll say that, but thank you. Don't forget the midriff window for no reason. Lol, lol, lol. Yeah, I mean, I feel like it had to be in there somewhere. This is 2019 Fire Emblem, okay? It's a little waifu-esque, okay? Nebulix says, are you going to do a Let's Play of Fire Emblem Three Houses? Most likely, yeah. I don't have a good history on this channel of keeping up with Let's Plays and finishing them. I started Conquest way back in the day, but that was already like so long after Conquest lost relevance, because everybody had done stuff at that point. That was like late 2016 I was playing Conquest, and that game was like, it had been out for a while already. But I stopped after just a couple episodes, because like Let's Plays are supposed to be like easier content to upload, but they end up for some reason for me being like more stressful, because if I like stumble over my words or something, I always feel like I want to just like cut out that chunk, and it's like I just end up like over editing them, and I take more time, and it's not easy content for me. That's why. And then I put it out and they get less views because Let's Plays in the past like handful of years just really have not been that popular anymore. So it just didn't really feel worthwhile, and I think I get kind of like a little disappointed in the performance and stuff, and it eventually just stops me from continuing. But yeah, for Three Houses, I really think that I will. I was supposed to be a co-host with Mangs on his Let's Play of it, but I think I haven't really talked to him about that, but I think he's probably going to go with Mecha at this point. Though I don't know, like Mecha is more of an expert with the old games. He doesn't really know the new games at all, so I kind of like, I don't know how that's going to work. Because like with me, like if I co-hosted with Mecha, or with Mangs on like a Thracia Let's Play, I would be like silent, because I don't know, I'm not going to say stuff if I don't know what I'm talking about, and I have not played Thracia firsthand, not at all. I know a lot about it, but I have not played it myself, so there's not much that I can contribute to that. But with Three Houses, like, I don't know, I like to think that I would know a good amount about Three Houses by the time it comes out. But yeah, so if that doesn't happen, then I'm definitely going to do something on my channel. Maybe I'll find a co-host or something to make it interesting, or just bring different people on every now and again. But yeah, I'm gonna try. I think it's worth doing, for sure. Spam Junkie says, hey, so I just have a question for people or Stevie. I was wondering if any of y'all have been able to pre-order the Seasons of Warfare edition off Amazon. It's a month away and pre-order locked. Yeah, they do. Every now and again, they bring it back and make it available again. What I would do if I were you is, I've announced it on Twitter a couple times when I see that it's back at like GameStop and stuff. I can't say that I'm going to be 100% perfect at getting the news out all the time. There is a website called nowinstock.com that gives you alerts and updates when stuff returns in stock. So you could do that. Sometimes I've noticed that it can be a little bit delayed, so you might miss it still. But it's better than nothing. You might as well sign up for that and see, and then get the announcement if that happens. But there are also times when we do find out that they open it again. It seems like they're locking it, and then either when they get more available copies or something, they'll reopen it for a period of time and then lock it again. That's what seems to keep happening. Because even GameStop, I think, just goes like open and close every now and again. Strick says, do you think we will have Japanese... Oh, I'm also going to be... I accidentally ended up pre-ordering 2 copies of the Seasons of Warfare edition. So if I do still end up getting 2 copies without one of them being canceled, I don't know how solid those orders are. You know what I mean? Because it was kind of a crazy time when I pre-ordered at least one of them. If I get them both, I will give one away on the channel. I'll talk about that when the time comes. It's obviously going to be like after July 26th, so maybe it'll hopefully end up going to somebody that just couldn't afford the game or couldn't buy it or wants the special edition. I'm honestly thinking about buying a third one, though, if I'm being real with you. So then that way I can have one that I open and I own, and then a sealed one for like collection purposes, especially if the game ends up being good. That might be a way to go. It's a lot of money to just like throw, though. Sorry, I started reading a comment. Do you think that we will have Japanese voices in the West, unlike Fates? I find the Japanese ones so much better. Dual audio is something that people have been wanting for a long time. I would hope that it would come back, but I can't say. There's no way of knowing, and they have not been doing that in the past while, so I don't know. I agree. I think it'd be cool. Probably takes up a lot more space to have like double the sound files and stuff, but I think it's a feature worth doing. Otherwise, I guess what you could do, I think these days the Japanese games usually have an English like text option in the game, perhaps. I'm not sure. I can't, once again, I don't know 100% for sure, but the Switch is region unlocked, so you could buy the Japanese version of the game and just play that. But I don't know if you'll be able to turn the text English like the Pokemon games or not. I'm not sure. Or if you know enough about the story or whatever, you might be able to just play in Japanese. Let's see. Jay the Smith says, I would love you to do a playthrough of Three Houses. I'll do my best. I'll try. I do have a capture card. I don't know how old and garbage it is. If the footage... I'm obsessed with quality. I don't always hit the mark, but I'm obsessed with quality. I like doing stuff that looks good. So if I can make it look good, if I can get it set up great and keep going at it, I'll definitely try. Absolutely. Ricardo Afanador says, I got my Seasons of Welfare a couple months back. Jonathan Correa says GameStop has it right now. I can't confirm that, but you can go check at GameStop. I know not a lot of people love to give GameStop money. They're not the best company ever, but if you can get the pre-order that you want, go do it then, in my opinion. Nebulix says, did you contact them to cancel it? No, I'm not going to cancel it. I will legit like pay... If I get the 2 copies, I will pay the extra 100 and just give it away. I think that'd be a cool thing to do. And I've already told people I would do that, so I'm not backing down on that. If I get the 2nd copy, I will give it away. And then separately, I will have to consider to myself if I want to buy a 3rd and keep it sealed. And just hold on to it as a part of the collection back there. Because I don't have a Valentian Collection Special Edition sealed, and I think that would be a good thing to have. That seems like something that could be rare at some point in the future. I don't know, with today's stuff it's weird because it's like you don't really know how valuable it's going to be because so many people buy it and so many people have it and so many people know that it's a collection item, so then they don't open it. So it's like it's not the same way that it used to be with video game collection type stuff where it is actually super rare and there weren't a lot made and blah blah blah. So I don't know. Is there going to be a Treehouse segment for Fire Emblem today? It's certainly possible. They didn't say whether or not that was going to be the case, but if they've got a demo, I'd imagine we'll probably see it. Let me close this. They're probably still talking about Pokemon. Oh no, they're on to Animal Crossing now. I like Animal Crossing. I'm a fan. I hope this one is more interesting, though. because I did get pretty bored of New Leaf after a little bit. My neighbors never funded any of my projects, so I had to go catch beetles on the island for money. It's confirmed? They confirmed it? Oh, okay. Dang. Am I gonna have to sit here all day just waiting for that to happen then? Let's see, what else are you guys saying? Happy place, I feel that. I'm using this stream to distract myself as I'm waiting for a vaccine. His voice is helping me calm down because I hate needles. It'll be over quick. It's always quick. I like it, you know, sometimes you get a good nurse where they'll like talk to you and like trick you basically first before they hit you. So good luck to you. Hope it's easy. Also, another staple Koei Tecmo thing is putting way more focus and attention to the main characters than the soldiers and mooks. I mean, yeah, but like in the Warriors games, you're like slaughtering like thousands of random generic dudes, so I kind of understand it. But yeah, the graphics could be a little bit better. Can't wait for all the redesigns for the characters after the time skip. Yeah, like, do you think the students will look drastically different too? That's another thing that makes me kind of feel like we've already seen most of the characters of the game, because if we've got 7, 8-ish students of each house, including the main lords, plus having a redesign for each of those characters after the time skip, that is a huge amount of work into those characters. And then to imagine, like, anybody else you would get before the time skip then would also have to have an after time skip artwork and design. And anybody you get after would only, I guess, have one. But that sounds like a lot. I don't know if we would see that happening. RIP Canada, sold out on EB Games. GameStop won't ship to me, apparently. Just got to keep an eye out for when it opens up again on Amazon. Well, good luck to you, Spam Junkie. Like I said, I think now in stock, hopefully we'll have a Canadian version of that site too, perhaps. But yeah, I hope you get one, man. This isn't a joke with the $5 donation. Thank you, man. He says, you cool, man. Thank you. Nimui89 says, each character has to have a design for each class too. Yeah, I really hope we don't get generic models for everything in this one. I don't think it's a good sign that Dorothea loses her hat when she gets upgraded. I don't like that whatsoever. But I will be satisfied if characters keep their color schemes at least. Like that, I will not complain if we get that. I am really tired of, like, for example, Awakening. When you upgrade someone into a class that they're not usually supposed to be, their armor is just blue. They lose their theme, they lose little details about their design, the color is just the generic blue, and it looks awful. It doesn't look good. It doesn't look like them so much anymore. At least if they kept their color. Like, for example, I'm not going to remember because it's been a while since I played Awakening, but let's say Henry, right? Henry's got the purple cape thing and, like, dark clothes. If you make Henry into, like, an armor knight, he would be blue. If you make Tharja into an armor knight, it's blue. That's just, like, at least make the armor, like, dark. Like a black or a purple or, like, something like that. Chell had cool purple armor. I like that. Even just a little bit of extra effort is fine. They don't have to have the full same design as their original design. I understand that's hard to do, but the colors, at least keep their color scheme. Like, if we have a mage that's red and a mage that's blue, and they can't be the other colors because that's what their color scheme is, totally cool by me. I think that adds more individuality to the characters, and I like that a lot. Gaming Nights Neo Masaki says, not a lot of amiibo stuff these days. Yeah, there really is not. So I hope there are amiibo features with Three Houses. It really does seem like, as a whole, Nintendo is kind of moving away from that, though. Even though the Switch has amiibo functionality, there's, like, really not much happening with those. They almost need, like, someone separate to run amiibos or something and just make them work with a lot of different games. It just seems like too much effort, and they never quite get there and give them enough usage. But I would love to see more amiibo support in Fire Emblem Three Houses. I think that would be great. I would like more reasons to have the amiibos that I have. So I'm with you on that one. Friendship with Edelgard ended. Now Claude is my best friend. Yeah, you like the sideburns? You like future Claude? Joseph Hill says, would you rather play through the game with one class, a small group to work with if they're all revealed, or get all three later? Oh, I see what you're saying. I would not like a playthrough. It's not going to kill the game for me, but I think it'd be better if you didn't get the other students at the end of the game. I would like each playthrough of the game picking a different house to be completely its own thing. I think that'll lend a lot more to the replayability. At the very least, if they're going to make it so you get everybody at the end, which I think that concept also does contrast with the leaks. I don't think that makes sense with some of the leak information that we know, which I'm not going to get into. Once again, I don't want to spoil anything for anybody from those leaks. But that, I don't know. I don't know how to feel about that, but that doesn't seem like it could be the case, actually. But as long as you're playing through a significant chunk of the game with just that house, as long as that choice feels like it mattered and it did change your playthrough and it gave you different experiences, I guess I'll be okay with it, even if you get the other people at the end. Gabriella Oliver says, who are the red and green knights for the three houses? Are there any? Yeah, this is definitely different. It's going to be hard for them to do a lot of the archetypes, I think. We'll probably see a couple still come back. It's funny, though, because each house does seem to have a Cavalier-type character. For the Black Eagles, it's Ferdinand with his orange hair. For the Blue Lions, it's Sylvain with his like darker, spikier orange hair. And then for Golden Deers, the Cavalier character seems to be Lorenz. It's not exactly a green and red situation, but I guess you could argue that it's like blue for Sylvain, red for Ferdinand. Maybe it's blue and red this time, and maybe then Lorenz is like the kind of third Cavalier that you usually get that's typically like yellow armor. If you think about like Fire Emblem Fates, that was different too, but we had Kaze and Saizo as the red and green ninjas, and then you had Kagero as like the third yellow ninja. Fire Emblem 7, you had Sane and Kent, but then there was also Lowen as the third, the yellow Cavalier. So sometimes there's a yellow one too, or like a third like weird one. So I don't know. It's definitely like it's switched up a lot. So archetypes would be hard to be consistent about with this one. Dimitri learned to wash his hair in the future. Oh yeah, that's a good point. I wonder if Chaz would like the edgier hairstyle now better with the eye patch. Yep, Kyle Ford and Franz. There's a bunch of them throughout the series. There's not always consistently a third yellow Cav, though. There's not. I don't think. I should do a video on that at some point, though. I need to get back to the archetype series as a whole. I just have so many other things now with Three Houses that I'm behind on. Eventually, I will. Eventually, there will be more archetype videos. NT says, I like how in Fates a few class changes kept coloration. Yes. But at least, like, I just think for each character they should have a color scheme. That no matter what they are, even if the class is not their real class, even if the armor becomes generic when they pick that class, it should still be the right color for them. What are we... We're seeing like an actual Animal Crossing... oh no, it's Link's Awakening. Oh, that's cool. Maybe that's what inspired them with the kind of plasticky style with the shininess on it. Huh. Poor Lorenz being called the weird one, so mean. I actually like him. I like his design. A lot of people don't like it. Dimitri glowed up. He's no longer Noodle Boy. Time Skip Claude kind of looks like Chaz. Chaz doesn't have sideburns like that, though. But yeah, he could pull off a Chaz costume. He would have to get tan. I don't know if Chaz can tan. They're showing Animal Crossing. I've never played Animal Crossing. Is it good? It's a more low-key game. It's almost like a game that you go on and do your dailies, you know, because there's different stuff you can do each day. You play for a little bit each day. It's a chill game. It's kind of relaxing. I like it. I appreciate it, but I don't know what you're a fan of, so I can't say if you would like it. What I would say is go back and watch like someone do a Let's Play of like New Leaf and see if you like, or that game looks interesting to you as they play it, because it'll probably be somewhat similar to that. That eye patch, though, he turned into a pirate too, y'all. Yeah. Dimitri Teen, Spear Noble. Dimitri Adult, Viking. Yeah, that was pretty sick. He was very mad in the trailer. Very mad. That Sheep Guy says, I was already going to get the game, but this trailer made my hype levels skyrocket. I hope it lives up to that. I absolutely do. Sombra Hypu says, it seems like it'll be Dimitri and Edelgard against each other and Claude as the peacemaker before the big bad. It could certainly be. But that depends, like, if we're going to see only one turn of events happen. Like, depending on the house that you pick, will that affect... Are you going to be the peacemaker? Again, and the other two houses will clash. I don't know. Or maybe it'll just be a generic set of events where, like, during that 5-year time skip, some countries do some bad stuff to each other that people don't like, and I don't know. We haven't seen the monastery post-time skip, though. Part of me feels like it's going to get destroyed or something. Because maybe the peace will be gone, and so then the monastery or the officers' academy and all that stuff is not going to be there or something. I like that everybody who didn't like Dimitri before, though, is kind of almost Team Dimitri, though, at this point. That's pretty funny. Someone says, Gas reaction is great. I'll have to watch it later. That's the thing. Like, when you're a YouTuber, it's difficult to tune in and see other people's stuff, too. Yo ho ho, Dimitri, where is ye buried treasure? Let me get this back up here. Sam Hill says, so are we getting child units? No confirmation of that, unfortunately. I mean, some people don't want it, some people do want it, so I don't know. There is a time skip, though. That makes it interesting. But it's only 5 years, so, like, even if they're adults, 5 years isn't enough time to, like, have an actual kid, which means that if there were childs, they would have to be children. Sorry, I'm on Destiny child energy right now. If there were children characters in the game, they would have to shoehorn it in again like Fates, I think, unless they came up with a better way to do that. But 5 years is not enough time for that. Least favorite is Ignace. I don't like how he looks like a girl. In other words, I don't like traps. Yeah, Ignace is one of my least favorite too, to be honest with you. It's not necessarily because of that. It's just because I'm so, like, tired of, like, the nerdy looking boy who's into magic. I just, like, hate that stereotype of, like, archetype of characters, sort of. Like Rickon. Rickon is not my favorite Awakening character. I don't mind him, but he's not my favorite. And what's the name of Muriel's son in Awakening? Laurent. I'm not a huge fan of Laurent either, to be honest. I'm glad characters like that are there, but they will never be my favorite, at all. They're just... I don't like the nerdy characters. Can we all agree that Dimitri is only cooler now? I'm fine with OG Dimitri too, but I think he definitely has the most drastic change out of all of them. Very interesting. Ignace is going to be a man in the time skip. Yeah, imagine Ignace comes back and he's, like, buff now, and he still is into magic, though, and kind of nerdy. That would be interesting. That would be a twist nobody would see coming for Ignace. Make Ignace class change into a melee class and watch him get punched a lot. It would be cool to take characters like Ignace and do the all gauntlet run or whatever, or as much... You can't do all gauntlets because people will be, like, Peg Knights and stuff, but if you made everybody the same class, I guess, or similar classes... Someone will end up doing an all gauntlets run or something. Isabella, someone I guess, says, what were your thoughts on the Thani leaks and what do you think of them now? I don't want to touch on leaks because I don't want to spoil anything for anybody. They can find them if they want to go spoil it for themselves. They definitely seem like they're pretty real, or at least most of the information is. The thing about leaks, though, is sometimes people will just throw in little fake... I don't really know why they do it, but sometimes they'll throw in fake little tidbits of stuff they made up into real information. So then it kind of, like, muddies the water even more. Maybe that's why they do it. But it definitely seems like Thani was onto something with some of the things that they said. For sure. That's all I'll say about that. This just in, Lucky Crit hates chubs and loved chads. I never said that. What are you talking about? I don't like the nerdy kids. That's just not my favorite, personally. If you like those characters, that's totally cool. I'm glad there's a little bit of something for everybody. But Ignace will just never be my favorite character. He just doesn't, you know? As much as I'm, like, pretty much only judging him on his looks, it's just, that's the case. I like the edgier looking dudes. Felix will always win over Ignace to me. That's just how it's going to be. I'll even take Raphael over Ignace any day. All day. Hands down. The time skip can potentially solve the similar looking outfits. That is very true. And that might also have made it less work for the artists too, if you think about it that way, because they only had to come up with a couple different Academy designs for characters like with similar outfits. But then later they have like actual outfits. That could be interesting. So I had the vaccine and y'all, it lied. It burns. It burns. Sorry, bro. What can I say? I don't get those vaccines at Walgreens or whatever. I don't do that. I'm usually fine. I usually don't get sick that often, even though I'm still staying up till like 4 in the morning. Way too often. Victoria Harlot says, Ignace isn't a trap though, he was so obviously a dude. Yeah, I think he's a dude too. But I can see how someone would think that he's kind of, I don't know, maybe borderline or something. I don't know. It's a dude. How do you think death will be handled now? That is a great question, actually. Because what happens if you lose a student and then the time skip happens? Like, are you just not gonna... Maybe in those CG cutscenes, we'll never see the other students after the time skip. It's interesting to think about. Definitely. Yeah. Oh, it's a TB test, LOL, as a nursing major. I gotta get them every year. My girlfriend's going for nursing, actually. You think Three Houses is going to start with Awakening Premonition, then greetings from the Netherlands? What's up? Hi, Jetty. You know, honestly, yeah. You can kind of see it. All the little tidbits are there, right? With the stuff with Sothis. I can definitely see the game starting off with, like, Byleth waking up in his house with Geralt, and he had a nightmare about, like, what's to come. Like, you could just see it. It's like... It probably exists. Really, it's, yeah. I can absolutely see that. I just hope that, like... the story's still good, even if they do that kind of stuff. Oscar posted a tweet about the art for the new Claude, Dimitri, and Aelgar. Did they put it somewhere? Is it on the website? Let's find out. I'm probably going to stream for just a little bit longer, maybe like 2:30 by the time I wrap this up, 2:30 my time, 30 minutes from now. Because I don't want to sit here all day. I know that we're supposed to be seeing Treehouse stuff eventually, so there's a part of me that does want to stick around. But, oh yeah, look at that. We do have the art. Let's look at this then. Let me make sure this is on stream. Let's get out of here. Link's Awakening, goodbye. Yeah, look at this. She definitely looks like the Empress of Adrestia at this point. Like, you can't tell me that that's not what that is. That's exactly what that looks like. Let me fix this for a second. Yeah, she kind of does look like the Divine Saros too. Look at that Dimitri though, dude. Look at oh my god, dude. I swear, like when I first saw him in the trailer, I thought it was a completely different character. It barely looks like him. Wow. Wow. And he's the heir to the Holy Kingdom of Fargus. The Holy Kingdom dude is looking like this after the time skip. What happened to him? Like, wow. And then, of course, there's Claude. Claude, you know what's funny? Is Claude almost looks the most refined. Like, she looks like an empress, but Claude looks the most refined out of all of them afterwards. And he's the dude that's not even a noble. He's from the... I mean, he could potentially be called that, but he's from the Leicester Alliance, and that's an alliance of small, mostly commoner houses. And he just happens to be the you know, heir to that line for the Leicester Alliance. But he looks the most refined after, which I just think is so funny. Because you'd think that, like, it would be the commoners that would be all, like, scruffy and maybe messed up after. But no, he's, like, the most legit. That's interesting. Yeah, even Dimitri's armor looks like it's scarred. Yeah. Oh, he posted the full art too. They must have put this somewhere. Oh, look at that. Interesting. Wow. Yeah, this is the same artist who did the cover, the box art. You can tell. He's not upside down, though. Of course. Those weapons are interesting. These look like the sword that Byleth has. So these must be some kind of, like... Maybe it's the Legendary Heroes' weapons, because we know that there's crests from the Legendary Heroes that certain characters have. So maybe these are weapons passed down from them, too. These will probably be, like, the legendary weapons of the game, then. Very interesting. Can you compare Edelgard to the woman clashing with the big old guy? I guess so. So let's find it. Like, she doesn't have the... How does this look for you guys? Because I changed the window size. Yeah, she doesn't have the same horn things on the side of her head, but she's got the flowers here. This is either Rhea in, like, battlefield armor, or it's like, this is a cutscene from thousands of years earlier, and these are, like, the ancestors. Like, this was the original Divine Seros or something like that. It's got to be something like that. Let's make this a little slow. Still really fast. But yeah, you can see he's using the bone sword thing like he was in the first trailer. She's got that curvy, swervy looking dragon sword from that first mural, yeah. Keyblade Master was pointing that out earlier, yeah. I see that now. Yeah. There's not that much to glean from this trailer, but there's little things here and there which are interesting. The shield has Edelgard's emblem. Whose shield are you talking about? The dragon's head has the emblem that she's got too. But let me see what shield you're talking about here. I'll just let that play in the background. Rhea is recruitable, I think. If she's evil, she's probably not. But that would be cool if she was. I think I like her design a lot. Oh, the Divine Seros has it? And here's these witch doctor looking dudes again. I really hope they do something cool with these characters. Like maybe like a plague hits the land or something like that. Like that's what it seems like it could go to. Like these dudes. Yeah. And then here's this same battle cutscene that we saw in the first trailer too, but this is like more zoomed out. You could actually see like it's a huge, huge war happening. Not a very happy time. This is interesting. This looks like maybe this is the evil-looking dude from the second trailer that we don't know too much about with the black around his eyes. But who's this? Like, is that the Divine Seros? Is that like the original Divine Seros getting like the life sucked out of her or something? Very interesting. Let's find that clash again. Oh yeah, there's that leaf symbol too, yeah. Very interesting. Shadow looks a little like the Flame Emperor. Could be. Could be. Did you notice the scene where there was like someone being held up? Yeah, we talked about that. I think one being held up is Dimitri. What? No, I don't think that looked like Dimitri. It looked like a girl. Oh, well maybe it could... See, what is this though? This is confusing me, this weird zigzaggy thing here. No, it looks like a girl. I think the curves of the face are too feminine. And there's like, it looks like bust here. It's not, I don't think it's Dimitri. I see what you're saying though. The hair looks kind of like it. Yeah, really interesting. Will Dimitri and Edelgard be a ship because they're dancing together? Maybe. maybe. This stuff with the crests here, it just makes me kind of think that we will have a dragon final boss too. Because, I mean, look at this. What is this? It's either a crest monster that you just have to kill, or this dude is trying to summon some ancient dragon thing again. Like, you know, most other games. Alright, well, I'm not going to get into what Thani was saying, because I don't want to just go through all of the leaks and say everything that he said and spoil it for people, but... The guy on the right, I think, is his dad. We haven't seen Dimitri's father yet. That could... so you're saying the, You're saying the people clashing? I don't know. There's a part of me that really feels like that's this stuff with this different looking the Divine Saros lady from the first trailer. I feel like this is like an ancient battle. I could be wrong, but he's got the sword. Like, that could be someone's dad, yeah, but he's got the bone sword, so somehow we're gonna get it, even though he had it at one point in time. Yeah, we talked about everybody having the bone weapons, yeah. So those are probably going to be like the legendary weapons of this game. Let me go back. Gotta find the... Get out of here. Go back to here. I'm not the biggest fan of this art style with this artist. They look... I mean, they look good, but could use a little bit more tightness. Some little tweaks here. Just my personal opinion on this art. But looks cool. Very cool. Alright, what are they doing on this stream here? They're still doing Legend of Zelda. Does anybody know when this goes on till? I don't actually know how long they're supposed to be streaming this for. Like, I just really don't want to end the stream and then have them talk about Fire Emblem Three Houses right after I ended the stream. That would be really stupid. But if they're going to be doing this all day, I'm not going to sit here all day. I feel like the guy choking the woman is the Flame Emperor, maybe after he crushes his own mask. Alright, I'll look at that. Why not? We need some different music. I'm sorry. I haven't been listening, so... Let's put... It's not going to play for very long, but... Because we only have, like, small snippets of this music, but we can put this on for now. Alright, the dude choking the other dude. So that's what they look like. They look kind of brooding. They have this big thing here behind their head, on their neck. Let me open up something else. I gotta get out of this now. I'll do it on this one. He's got, like... Here's the Flame Emperor. He does have the thing. Like, this thing behind his head. That could be, like, the cutscene. Let me just, like, switch back and forth here. No, that's not what I wanted to do. Rats. Let me fix this. I was trying to move the tabs. Alright, 45 seconds. Like, he doesn't have the feathers, so I don't think that's him. Unless that comes off or something and he doesn't have his helmet on. I guess at that point, yeah, but you can pretty much say that it's most people, honestly. I kind of feel like it could be... Could be this other guy from later. This dude, maybe. His hair is kind of spiky in the back. It could be this guy. This is that generic evil-looking dude from the first trailer. In fact, let's look a little bit closer. Let me open up the other trailer. The original Three Houses trailer. That's 3 months ago. This one. Like, oh, well, why am I doing that one? No, I want the 3 months ago one. Silly me. He's near the end here. Somewhere over here. This guy, although he has this spiky fur thing, so maybe it's not him. But then when you see, yeah, hold on. We don't know who this is still. Yeah, I don't know. That's a tough one. I feel like with the hair spikiness, like it does look like him, but he has either a hood or the feathers behind his head. So yeah, there's no, can't confirm it either way, unfortunately. Let me change this ridiculous music. Or do you guys like this? I'll leave it for a minute because it's funny. If the main characters go through a costume change, maybe the villains can too. Possible. No, I don't think it would be the... I don't think it would be a student choking someone else. I don't think they would do that for a cutscene. That doesn't seem... That'd be a huge twist for one of the students. Change it, LOL. Get hyped. That's get hype music right there. God, haven't heard this one in a while. Okay. We'll change it. They're still talking about that Legend of Zelda. I mean, that's fine, but I'm getting a little impatient. Because I want them to talk about Three Houses so we can still be streaming it and get it over with. Different music. Let's go with... Is this a good one? Fine. The Winds of Fodlan, I'd love to play it, but we don't have a long version. Master NX might have extended one of them, but... How's the volume? Is that too loud? That's super loud in my ear. Let's find out. Oh, actually sounds good. See, I can never judge, because it's always way too loud in my ear. My opinion on the rest of the Direct? It was pretty good. I think we got most of the stuff we wanted, right? Oh, dang, there's going to be a Crom amiibo. The Fire Emblem Three Houses livestream should be today, yeah. I mean, it should be. But... Where's the, I just don't know how long they're going to sit here and play Legend of Zelda and this stuff. And I really get the sneaking suspicion that the second I turn off the stream, it's going to come on. I don't like that. That happens. Let's see. Oh, dang, there's going to be a Crom amiibo? What? That I did not see. Yeah, is there a specific time for the Fire Emblem Three House? I don't know. That's the thing. Let's go. Let me see if it's been posted anywhere, but I don't actually know if they did or not. Tree House live stream schedule. All these articles and stuff is just going to talk about the what we're already doing. I don't think they actually broke it out and said like when to when for each. Alright, so what we're going to do, I'm going to start winding it down and end it off here. If I see that it comes back or if it's back on, maybe I'll just do another impromptu stream or something like that. So make sure that you are following me on Twitter. Otherwise, I'll just like review what we end up seeing and talk about that in a video that'll come out this week, hopefully as soon as I can. I would love to not stay up all night tonight, though. That's the thing. Kind of a little burnt on that at the current moment, but thank you so much for joining me, all you guys. I hope you had a great time here. And yeah, I don't know how else to cap it off. I think it was a good direct. I think I definitely did not expect some of the stuff that we saw today with this. Holy crap, did not whatsoever. It was very tasteful. They didn't show that much in this little trailer, but it was enough to be like, wow, you know. Time skip confirmed with everything, even though we did see the time skip version of Edelgard appear very briefly in the UK special edition footage, where it like showed the art book very briefly for a second. So we kind of knew that was going to happen, but now to see everybody with their new designs and stuff is ridiculous. Very, very interesting. Yeah, let's cap it off here. Thank you so much, guys. Thank you for joining me. I hope you had a good time. And if you're interested in more stuff like this, definitely be sure to let me know. If we do see it come back, if we see the stuff happen, if I don't miss too much of it, maybe I'll just pop in for another stream or something later today. But I don't know if Treehouse streaming stuff is going to be, I think it says it's going to go on for a couple days. So I don't know, maybe Fire Emblem could be tomorrow. We'll just have to wait and see. Currently, this is my job, my full-time job, so technically if they do it tomorrow, I should be able to stream it as long as I notice it in time. But be sure to let me know if you want more streams like this. I've been meaning to stream for a while. I wanted to stream Heroes, but I ended up over the past little... Oh, that's really annoying, sorry, with the stream chat, over the stream chat. In the past little while, I've been so busy with the trips. First I took the Florida trip, then it was Anime North, and both of those times, like in between, I wanted to come back and do a Heroes stream because there was stuff that I was like saving up to do in Heroes, but I didn't have the time. I couldn't make it work, so I would like to come back at some point and do a Heroes stream in the near future, but I've got so many videos and stuff to catch up on, so I don't really know when just yet. But thank you so much, guys. Thank you for tuning in. Mengs X Chaz versus Chaz X Crit is difficult to decide on. Yeah, if you like the Anime North stuff, definitely be sure to keep tuning in for that. Thank you so much for checking out those videos, by the way. I know vlogs is not the purpose of this channel, but that content is so interesting because it's like very rarely, if ever, do you ever have multiple like Fire Emblem personalities put together. And the stuff that happens when you do have those people together is just crazy. It's insane. We're about halfway through those vlogs. I'll probably have 2 episodes for Saturday, maybe just 1 for Sunday. We'll see how that goes. And then maybe just a very tiny, almost like epilogue video for Monday after that. So we're definitely about halfway through the Anime North vlogs. Those are going to keep happening, but I'm also going to be coming back with the Fire Emblem Three Houses stuff. Anything that I did not cover about the Famitsu screenshots, any of that information that has not been on Lucky Crit yet, I will talk about, aside from the leaks. I don't know if I want to get into the leaks. We talked about that earlier a bit. I don't want to spoil anything for anybody. The leaks do seem like they're pretty real. At least a lot of the information that I know of that's from those leaks seems to be pretty accurate so far. But spoil yourself at your own risk. Don't spoil yourself and then complain later that it was all predictable, you know? It's a very weird thing to happen. It's like if you browse Reddit too much and you know everything about the game, that will affect how you first play the game because you're going to know everything going into it, you know? So just keep that in mind. I mean, it's not going to be a completely brand new game if you know everything from day one. So, yeah, so I'm going to keep doing that. We'll have more Three Houses coverage. That'll definitely be back. I'm sorry that there was such a big gap, but I went on all those trips, and then I've been trying to edit those vlogs and put them out while they're still relevant. So this week, there will definitely be more Three Houses content. Absolutely. I will be on that. And we're going to get back and loop back around and do the videos that I missed before. Even if, you know, they don't get as many views or people already know the information, it's like still worth taking another look at because sometimes there's little details here and there that other people miss. So, yeah, thank you so much, guys. I will hopefully see you very soon. But, yeah, thank you for joining me today. I hope you had a good time. Bye, everybody.